Hi, welcome. My name is Marizol, and I'm going to do a beautiful Vinyasa Flow for you today. Please join me in honoring yourself and being present at this exact moment. And I am so grateful for you to share energy with me today. Let's take our dominant hand over the heart center and our non-dominant hand over the belly. I like to close my eyes. I want to stay connected with you, so please do me that same honor by closing your eyes, and we can stay connected here in our mind's eye. Staring there, sitting up nice and tall, having that loving light surrounding us from the very top of our crown. Here is where we create this beautiful space of love and light and awareness as we go through our practice. Visualize this loving light surrounding you from the very top of the crown, floating down through the spine, connecting with Mother Earth. Feel the grounding in your hips as you continue to sit in your favorite seated position, wrapping that loving energy and that light around the sides of the physical body, through the front, and back up towards the very top of the crown, tying it into a beautiful bowl. You have this bubble of loving light floating around you. Now set your intentions for your practice. Being aware of the physical body, being present, and sending love and compassion as you go through your practice. And remember, please be aware of what is going on there as well as on your mind. We're going to use our yoga practice to release any form of emotions or energy that no longer serves us purpose. And we can do that through our yoga poses. Much like we are sitting here in this meditative state, we can now begin with placing our hands down on top of the knees. Let's drop the chin down, sending that loving energy through the neck space. And we're going to take a nice deep breath and lift through the chin if the neck allows. If not, keep the chin neutral. As you inhale, practice your Ujjayi breath. There we inhale through the nose 4 counts. Hold the breath, pushing the diaphragm out, and exhale. Pull the belly button in and drop the chin slowly back down to the heart chakra. And keep those shoulders down as we look one more time up, keeping the eyes closed. Inhale here, feeling that connection above us. And bringing it back down as we exhale. Good. And then you can roll your ear to the right side, lifting to the shoulder. Take a moment here as you inhale, leave the left shoulder down. And we exhale back down to heart center. And this is all releasing tension through the neck, releasing stress in between the shoulder blades and the traps. Go ahead and lift that left ear to the side. As you inhale, remember to drop the right shoulder down. And exhale back down to center. We go again a couple more times, and feel free to go at your own pace. Enjoy this stretch. It feels so good. Some people like to hold the stretch on one side for 2 deep inhalations, allowing Mother Nature and gravity to pull you down through the ear, through the crown. But again, everybody's different, so listen to your body, going side to side. We're also opening here the throat chakra. This is our place of expression, of knowing who we are. Coming back down to the center. Good. Good, good, good. All right, everybody, let's place our hands to heart center in prayer. Open your eyes, let your eyes acclimate to your surroundings, and draw this loving energy above the crown as you inhale. Now, we're going to keep the hands together as much as you can, but some of us have tight shoulders, and that's okay. You can keep your hands apart. So if that's the case, work it out. Again, relax the shoulders down so that you have this open space. The elbows sometimes want to block that beauty of yours, so I want you to bring them out to the side. Take another deep breath as you close your eyes, and we are finding our higher self, our higher connection above the crown, going down to the tailbone. And again, as we practice our Ujjayi breath, we have a nice opening through the bottom rib cage as well as a stretch through the shoulders. Let's try that again. Inhale, I know your arms are getting tired. Stay lifted through the rib cage. And on your last exhale, again, we twist to the right, dropping the hands down to the knee, to the floor, or to the chair, whichever one you're sitting in, and look behind you. We hold on to the knee as we press into that knee with the hand and lift the opposite hand up and over. You're going to feel a great oblique stretch. Taking another press down through that hip, keeping your grounding through both sits bones. Then we come back to center, and this time we open up the arms a little higher into goddess. Find your inner goddess as we draw the arms out to the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you feel that opening across the heart chakra. Good. And on the exhale, we're going to place the hands down back to your left side this time, dropping the hands to the mat or to your chair. Once again, as you look behind you, sit up nice and tall, keeping the shoulders low. Good. And don't forget to breathe in your twists, pressing the knee into the hand, reach up with the back hand. Find that double shoulder stretch up and over as you exhale. Good. Take one more deep breath, finding that stretch through the obliques and opening through the side ribs. And we come back down to heart center here, honoring ourselves in hands in prayer. Namaste, samastitihi. All right, let's go ahead and flip our legs underneath. This bowl is going to be saved for later. We're going into our cat-cow practice. Cat-cow is a wonderful exercise for your spine. We line up our hands underneath our shoulders, line up your knees underneath your hips, and take a moment to let your chin drop down, let your crown drop down in the belly for the first one. And again, practicing your Ujjayi breath, allow yourself to create that space safely, then inhale up to your cow position. And the chin can stay level to the floor. On the exhale, if you'd like, you can tuck the toes under and curl as you round through the spine into cat, tucking the chin, the tailbone, and flip-flopping back and forth, alternating from bent elbow to straight arms every time you lift, feeling that slight pull in the lower spine. Good. And you can keep your toes there as you inhale, bring it back up to cow. And if your shoulders will allow, lift the tailbone up into your down dog position. Keeping your knees soft, allowing your space to be here, opening across the front, across the shoulders, all the way to the back. And we are lifting both heels up as we inhale, feeling that stretch in through the ankles, the calves. And on the exhale, I want you to press that right heel down to the ground. Keep your left knee bent. Good. So we're going to do that again. Inhale up with the heels. And exhale, left heel down. Now, if this is not working for you in down dog, again, stay in child's pose. We'll do one more alternating heel to heel. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, left heel down. Now on the last one, we bring both heels up, take a nice inhale, and slowly bring the knees down to the mat carefully. Good. Anjanasana, let's take that right leg to the front, and here is our flow. Bringing the arms way up above us. Again, we have a couple of options. You can keep your palms apart for tight shoulders, or if you want to create just this open space. Some people like to interlace their fingers and bring those index fingers behind or above. As long as you keep that right knee above the ankle, left knee underneath the hip. One more breath here. We circle down with that right hand and find a beautiful arch in that left side stretch going down the obliques. Oh yes. We have those beautiful bands being stretched. We have our twist. Left hand drops. Straighten that right leg and your half split. So notice your right hand is on the hip. I want you to take that moment to push the right hip down because it wants to lift with you as you extend the right arm up. This is our half split, option 1. And as you look up towards that hand, you can see if it's all the way in one straight line from the top to the bottom. And you feel that stretch all the way around the back and around the hip. Doesn't that feel good? I know it feels good to me. All right, you guys, let's take that right hand, straddle the leg. We're going to slide that right foot back, working through our core. Keep your moment here through your beautiful pointing dog. And your left arm goes to the front as you ground through that right hand, left knee. Take a moment to pull the belly button in. Let's warm up the spine. Exhale, take a bend to the elbow and knee in your elephant. Curl it under. So here we get a chance to warm up the shoulder. Find your pointing dog, extending all the way to the front. Take a bend to the knee and your elbow. Feel that right hip stretch and exhale, round under as if you're doing cat-cow. Let's do one more as you inhale. Lengthen, dropping the chin down. And exhale, curling under. Good. All right, before we switch, bring the belly to the mat for Sphinx pose. In Sphinx pose, we're hugging the elbows in. Feel free to rock your hips side to side to kind of get that grounding foundation through the hips, the pelvic floor. And as you rise up through the heart, press down through the forearms. Allow yourself to create that space in the lumbar. And you'll feel a nice opening across the front as you inhale. Maybe exhale back down. Let's try that one more time because it felt so yummy. Right shoulder, left shoulder back. Inhale. And exhale. All right, let's tuck the toes under. We're going to work through the back side here. Pressing through the forearms, you're pressing through the dorsal foot. So if you rock your hips again, you'll feel the knee pop up off the mat. Lifting through your Sphinx pose, you'll feel another great stretch through the lower back, the spine. All right, we have one more breath here. We're rising up. Again, this is all level 1. If you want to keep it here, in dolphin. Walk your toes a little closer to your nose as you pike your hips up to the sky. Lifting out of the shoulders and pressing the heart towards the thighs. You get a great hamstring stretch, calf stretch. Then bring the knees back down to the mat, nice and easy, and sitting back, this time in a full child's pose. As you exhale. And again, you can keep the arms straight or soften the elbows. Be here for another deep inhalation. And then we roll up onto the knees. Once again, we switch that left leg to the front, bringing the knee to the top, above the ankle, pressing through the front foot. Take a moment here as you inhale. So again, find what works for you with the upper body and the shoulders and the arms. Feeling that opening across the hips, the lower back. And we find our arch once again. So left hand on your hip and right hand goes up and over. Palm faces in, and give me a slight rotation with the heart to the right corner. Pressing down through the feet and squeezing the thighs together to keep the stability through your foundation. All right, friends, right hand comes down. I want you to drop that left hip. You just might have heard my hip pop. Toes go up. As you ground through your left hip and your left heel, I want you to circle that left hand to the sky. So remember, check and see if you're in one straight line. And then smile if you love it. I love it. This is one of my favorite stretches. Oh, good. And then we come back down through the mat. We're actually going to step to the top this time. So tuck the toes under on the right leg. Step to the very top, meet the left. And fold forward. So I need you guys to adjust your weight towards the toes. Make sure all the weight's towards the toes. That way we can soften the knees and release some lower back pressure. Grabbing opposite elbows. This is called ragdoll. Tuck your chin under. So we're literally hanging off the shelf like a ragdoll. Some people like to be still. Some people also like to go side to side. What I suggest, if you do side to side, maybe pull away from one straight leg and then come back to center as you exhale, bending both knees. Inhale, pull away from the opposite leg, and then come back to center. And then from here, maybe bring your hands to the back. Shake out the hands. Lift those wrists up to the ceiling. And if you can't quite press them together, that's okay. You can keep the hands apart. That's what I love about yoga, is it's very specific to your own needs. And you can make those adjustments. All right, let's take our time as we release the hands down to the ground and stack the body for mountain pose. So here we have heart right above the hips, drawing the arms above the heart and the sky. Feel that opening through the back ribs, and hands go straight down to heart center, samastitihi. That's grounding our energy right there in the center. Now we're off the floor. So now we begin our full sun salutation. Starting with half, inhale, arms up for Utthita Hastasana. This is your mountain pose. On the exhale, hands go to the back. I like to do my supported back bends first, with the hands to the hips, squeezing through the glutes as I exhale, because we're still warming up. And then inhale, arms go back up for mountain pose. And we fold down as you drop the chin, vertebrae by vertebrae, reach for your toes. As you soften the knees. Get as low as you can, then inhale. Halfway up, we place our hands again. This is the first one, so maybe it feel right for you to place your hands right there on the hips. Press the arms straight. Another alternative is if you would have blocks, or you can use the floor or the shin. Just try not to press on the legs. On the exhale, we fold down to the floor. Good. Now we come back up to our mountain pose, stacking the hips, stacking the heart above the hips, crown above the heart. And exhale, hands come back together in prayer. Trying those at least 3 times, allowing yourself to connect with the body and the spine. Lining up your chakras. On the exhale, we go back. This gives us a chance to ground and feel very confident with the entire body as we flow. Connecting with the breath. Exhale down, fold, Uttanasana. Again, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. So hands can go on the hips or wherever you choose. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale down. So now I'm going to add on. We sit in our chair, sit back towards the heels this time versus the toes. and draw the arms to the sky. This is Utkatasana, chair pose. Now, a lot of us want to shrug the shoulders to the ears. We want actually to pull them down. It'll be less tension on your neck. Notice that your knees want to buckle in. Sometimes people like to keep them straight, and that's okay. I like hip distance. It's up to you. Just line it up with your hip. One more inhale here. We fold on the exhale, drop it down. Now we step back into our plank position. For the first one, bring the knees down to the mat. Inhale here, elbows rotate, and exhale down to the mat. Now remember, our first one was Sphinx pose, so here's our second choice, which is your beautiful low cobra. Low cobra is a little more aggressive on the spine, so please be aware of what's going on with the spine as you keep the hands there. Again, a lot of the times people want to shrug, and that's up to you. On the exhale, we sit back. Option 1 was child's pose. Option 2 is your down dog. So tuck your toes under and lift your hips up. I always suggest to bring the toes in a little bit closer to the nose, allow you that opening down through the hamstring and across the front and the chest. From here, we bring that right heel up for three-legged dog. Now, if you're in child's pose, that's okay. We are now going to bring that right foot to the front. You can either step or swing it into warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. So pivot your heel to the ground and press through that front foot. In warrior 1, our hips want to open to the sides. So naturally, or not, maybe take the hands and adjust them towards the front. And then align your knee above that ankle, keeping the back leg grounded as you inhale. On the exhale, we open into our cactus arms or goddess arms, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Again, we find our arch, right hand on the hip, left hand circles around, palm faces in, pressing through that left heel. Now, instead of our split on the floor, we're actually going to do our standing split. So pick up your heel and reach to the ceiling as much as you can, dropping the nose down to the knee, and rotate the ankle around as you exhale. One more breath here. I know you can feel this wonderful stretch. Soften the knee. We come back to warrior 1 as we exhale. For the twist, hands come down to heart center. We press that left hand against the right to feel that twist in the upper body across the thoracic. Then left hand goes down to the mat, right hand goes facing up and out. Now notice my left heel wants to pop up, so we want to press it down as much as we can for option 2. Good. We circle around, right hand comes down on the inside of that foot and left arm goes up. Palm faces out. And again, look to see if we're in one straight line. Maybe slide that left heel back. Good. And then continue that flow in Chaturanga. Straddling the right leg, pick up that heel. Find your plank, elbows in. This is the second position. And you can always bring your knees to the mat. From here, Sphinx or low cobra. I'm choosing low cobra as my second option. And back to down dog as you exhale. Good. Same thing on the other side. So again, if you chose child's pose, take a moment to bring that left foot to the front. Or if you're in down dog, do a three-legged dog, keeping your hips square. And again, rotate the ankle in the air, release any pressure you may have in the ankles and the feet. And then come back to warrior 1 and pivot your right heel to the floor. Again, make your adjustments in the hips. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, goddess arms. As you stay grounded through both feet, left hand on the hips, circle the right arm up and over. Take a moment to feel that beautiful side stretch. Good. Then we bring that right hand down. Once again, we are going to find our split in the air. So walk your hands up to the very top of your mat and kick that right leg to the ceiling, tucking the nose under and chin under. Good. You will feel that hamstring stretch, calf stretch. Come back down to warrior one. On your twist. Hands come back to heart center. We're going to push that right hand all the way over to the left side. And again, the hips are trying to stay to the front. Right hand circles down for the twist to ground with Mother Earth. And the left arm goes up and out. One more deep breath. Once you've checked your lining, circle the left hand down as you exhale and replace the right hand. Again, look up towards the hand, yogi's choice. You can look up or down. Try your best to keep the shoulder and knee together, pressing through the left foot. And we circle that right hand down, straddle the left leg, and chaturanga once again. Spanx or low cobra as you inhale. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Good. Now we're going to soften the knees. Step, hop, or float to the front. Once again, mountain pose, rolling yourself and stacking the bones as you inhale. Maybe find a slight arch in the spine and hands to prayer, Samastitihi. It's getting warm in here. So I hope you're feeling it. We're doing round 3. So again, listen to the body. Let's go with the flow. Mountain pose, Utthita Hastasana. Do your back bend. This is option 3. Open arms. Exhale. Remember to squeeze the glutes. Back to mountain pose. And we dive down as we exhale. Uttanasana. Halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Again, third position would be on the floor, fingertips, maybe shift forward. Flat back, straight legs, straight arms. And exhale down. We step back, hop back, whatever you choose. Just be careful of your shoulders and flow into your chaturanga. Third option, you can lift into what's called up dog. Up dog is a little higher in the point where your hips are off the mat. But again, try not to collapse in the spine. Pull the belly button in, shoulders low, and point the toes to the back. That way you have a nice foundation here supporting your lower back. You pick yourself up and push to down dog, going in the complete opposite direction. Now we kick the right leg up. We open the hip this time. Take a bend to the knee, flex the foot, and release the hips to the sky or the ceiling. Enjoy the opening of that right hip. Keep pressing your heart towards the left straight leg. Keep pressing the heel to the ground. Now for our flow, we go back into either warrior 1 or find your high lunge. Bring that right foot in between your hands. In high lunge, we have a couple of options. You can keep both knees to the mat bent, or off the mat, excuse me. Or you can keep your legs straight, interlace your fingers, and create a crescent moon shape. Good. We open up in goddess arms. Exhale. And of course, we have to do our side bend. This one can be a little challenging. So again, soften the knees, right hand on the hip, left hand goes up and over, then straighten that left leg. Good. From here, we come down for the split. Once again, we go into our standing split, pick it up. Then we come back to our high lunge, soften the knee, and draw the arms up. Inhale. On the exhale, hands come together in prayer. Keep both knees bent. Press that hand across the right hip for the twist. Left hand circles down. Now we have a revolve lunge. Right hand to the sky. Sink the hips down. We switch hands, pivot that left heel to the floor. Right hand replaces the left. And inhale, look up towards that hand. So again, do your best to pull the left shoulder back. Then we come back down, we straddle that right leg, pick up the heel, and kick back. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Low cobra or up dog. Child's pose or down dog. Left leg, same thing. We kick up that left leg, keep your hips squared first, bend your knee, and flex your foot. On your next exhale, open up the hip and press the heart towards the thigh. You should feel a great opening in the left hip, wrapping around to the sciatic area. It feels so good. Then we go back to our high lunge. Or again, your choice, warrior one. Once again, take a moment to find what works for your bottom leg, the back one. Inhale, maybe try the crescent pose. Exhale, bend the knees, open into your goddess arms. Do your side bend, left hand to the hip. Ground yourself here as you sink the hips down. Squeeze the glutes to protect yourself from falling. And we come down once again to the floor for our split in the air. Tuck the chin under. And then come back to your high lunge as you inhale. A little throwing off the balance here. We find our twist as you ground yourself, hands to prayer and heart. Press that right hand towards the left. Engage the glutes. We open and extend the arms, circling down to the floor for the twist in your revolve lunge. Left hand up. Good. Well, let's go ahead and switch hands. Pivot the right heel to the floor. Open up on the right shoulder. Circle it back and up as you inhale. And exhale. Come on down. We chaturanga back. Kick that left leg up to three-legged dog first. And down to the mat. Again, your choices, Sphinx, low cobra, or up dog. And child's pose or down dog. If you happen to be in down dog, we soften the knees and hover above the mat, look to the top. Inhale. Exhale, go back to your down dog, get another hamstring calf stretch. We're going to do that one more time as we soften the knees, hover above the mat, take a breath. This time we hop to the top or step, exhale. If you're in child's pose, everybody step to the front, folding forward. And again, mountain pose, taking your time. Slowly roll the body into a standing position, inhaling up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart, Samastiti. Good. Now we should really feel pretty warm. Let's gain some more strength in the legs. So I need you to switch your weight to the right leg. Stare somewhere at the top of your mat, something that's not moving, and bring the arms out to the sides. This is your balance. We're going to pick up that left knee, rotate that left heel around. Good. Now, notice I'm staring at the floor, trying to focus. So from here, I want you guys to kick that left heel to the front, engage your core, engage your hip, drop it down. And then we bring that left leg to the back for our airplane pose. Swing it to the back, pendule it through. As you do that, open up through the heart. You have choices. You can be down, soft leg, straight leg, or slightly up. Good. We circle back to warrior two. Exhale. So now we have an opening of the hips facing this direction. And the right knee is still bent, hovering above the ankle. Take a moment to extend your arms out to the shoulders. Look to the front. And breathe. Good. Now, what are we looking for? We are looking at our future, my friends. So I need you to focus. Take a deep breath. Grab that future idea. Throw it up to the universe in reverse warrior. Bring that right hand up, palm in. Left hand can rest here on the leg or behind you. I also like to wrap it around the hip. So many options. And extended side stretch. Right elbow is the first option. It can go on the thigh. Sink the hips down. And we circle the left arm up and over. Palm faces in. And again, you may need to slide that left heel back, down towards the mat, the end. Good. Reverse triangle. This time we straighten the legs and reach as we cartwheel the hands back. Lift up through the wrist as you inhale. And exhale. Bring the toes to the front, hands to heart center, and we open up to our goddess. In goddess, we have the heels in. Notice I'm rocking my hips because I want to make sure I can pivot my heels in carefully and allow my hips to get comfortable before I hit my goddess pose, right? It takes us a little bit to get into, to be a goddess. And it's okay. So from here, we have the elbows out to the shoulders, palms facing out, or you can face them in. Inhale here as we open through this goddess pose. And we come back to a 5-point star. Inhale here. We open up now to our beautiful warrior two on the opposite leg. So I'm going to have you pivot your right heel to the edge, back, left toes open to the side. Take a bend to the left knee. We have our left side warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. So again, we have ideas all around us. I want you to focus right above that left hand. Find your idea, your dream. Throw it up to the universe in reverse warrior. Again, your options is to rest the right hand here, right hand behind your thigh, or wrap around. Good. You can stare up to that left hand. Find your stretch in the neck, and then exhale, bring it down on top of the thigh. Open up into your extended side stretch. So this is where we release the right hand up and over the crown. Good. You'll feel a great stretch all the way from the right pinky going down the tricep, obliques, the hip, down to the heel. Good. Reverse triangle. So now we're cartwheeling the hands back, straightening the legs, lengthening through the left wrist to the sky. And take a moment as you feel that left hip drop and release. And exhale, hands back to heart center, toes to the front, namaste. We open up, 5-point star, inhale. And we're going to do another back bend. Bring your hands to the supported back bend. And exhale, squeeze the glutes again. and elbows together. Good. Bring the arms back up to the top. And exhale, we fold down to the floor. So this is where I'd say walk your hands off your mat and bring your feet to the very back edges. So that way you get more of a bend at the hip flexors versus your lower back. And then you can walk your hands down, hold on, rest wherever you need, either on blocks or hold on to the legs and allow yourself to let anything go that's happening in the crown, in your mind, in your thoughts. And release them down to Mother Earth as we take this fold. Good. Now, when we do the other side, we're going to have a little bit more flow. So we soften the knees and prepare ourselves. Round yourself back up into that 5-point star. Let's get this show on the road. Inhale here. Exhale, step to the top. Samastitihi. Hands to heart center. All right. So on this side, we have now switching our weight to the left leg, finding that balance, lifting the right knee up. And again, rotate the ankle around, enjoy. Maybe add to your challenge here with the balance by straightening the right leg, rooting through the right heel. You're gonna feel a little bit of shaking in your quads, and that's good. Strengthening your legs, your hips. Now we pendulum back to your airplane. Now again, you have choices. Up, lower down, squaring the hips. And soften the left knee. So that way you can land safely into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. So again, check your arms, make sure you're in one straight line. Left knee is in line with your hip. It's really important because sometimes we have tight hips and the knee wants to buckle in. And that's going to add too much pressure and pull on the ligaments. So we want to keep very aware of what's going on with our foundation. Good. Now we reverse warrior. Once again, we grab that idea. Up. Inhale. Wrap around. And exhale. Extend your stretch. With the elbow on the thighs, sink the hips down, right hand up and over, facing in as you exhale. Reverse cartwheels, straighten the legs, cartwheel the hands up and back. Take a breath as you drop the hip. Now we're facing the other direction. We find our 5-point star, transition into goddesses. How you doing, goddesses? You good? Good. All right, so one more inhale here. And exhale, we stand tall. Toes go to the floor, or excuse me, point to the front. We find our back bend once more. Come back to the very top as you inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Then we come back, bend the knees, roll yourself back up into your 5-point star. Inhale. And scoop yourself together, energy back to the very top of your mat and hands to prayer. Samastitihi. Good. Okay, so let's bring it down to the floor. And I'm sure you felt all of that juicy energy flowing through the body. You probably need to catch your breath, so feel free to take this time to come on down to the floor, grab some water. Good. Once you're down to the floor and you have yourself comfortable in a seated position, would like for you guys to find your saddle stretch here. So we do a saddle stretch with the legs out to the side. I'm going to have you guys do another side bend one more time to each side and create more of an open space so that you can rest comfortably in your Shavasana. We have the last 5 minutes here. Remember to press down through that left hip. Don't let it rise. Good. We bring our arms above us, lengthening through the crown. Again, feeling that energy, gratitude as we drop the hands down. Folding forward, sending love and energy and compassion to Mother Earth. And again, feeling gratitude. We are blessed another day. Let's walk it over to the right leg. You can keep it low or lift back to a straight spine. Walk it over to the other side. Again, you can keep it low or straight spine. Draw that left leg over to the front. Some of us like to do our full pigeon for the sciatic and glutes. But for others, it's a little aggressive on the knee, so I like to offer a couple of different alternatives. One, you can stay seated in this bent right leg across the left, keeping that right foot flexed. And as I push through the fingertips, I can feel that stretch going all the way around my right hip, inner thigh. And then you can also work through it by pressing down through the inner thigh, not really the knee, but the inner thigh, as long as you have that foot staying flexed, to create more of an open space. But sometimes they're just really stiff on the hips. So once you're done with that, the second option would be, and take my mic out of my hip, is to keep your back on your mat for back support and thread your needle. Bring your hands through the legs, wrap them around that left thigh, and this time you have to keep both feet flexed because it's no longer grounded on the floor. And we want to keep that connection from the ankle to the knee to the hip, all the way down to the lower spine, wrapping around to the tailbone. Good. I like to hold this pose for at least 5 deep inhalations because it is one of the largest muscles we're stretching here. I also brought for you guys today in Shavasana my Tibetan singing bowl. If you're not familiar with singing bowls or sound healing, this might be a great experience for you. And I hope you like it. All right, let's release the legs and do a supine twist. I'm going to have you rock your feet off to the left side. And you can plant your right foot flat and grab that outside hip with the left hand and press down or push away. Now keep in mind, we want to have our shoulders flat on the mat the entire time. You can reach out with the right arm as you work through this supine twist and possibly look away from the bent knee to stretch the neck. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can always keep both knees bent, one on top of the other, and hold here. Good. We do the same thing for the other side. Come back to center. We straighten that left leg and do your option, either 1 or 2, sitting up and holding onto the thigh or laying on the back. And I'm going to choose laying on the back since I'm already here. No need to move, right? Then again, you can press through that inner left knee, through the thigh, or excuse me, through the elbow, away from the shoulder. Remember to flex your feet. And 2 more inhalations here. Last one. And then release the legs. You can again keep them crossed and rock your feet off to the right this time. As you land with the left foot, work through your left hip using the right hand to open.
or hold a little closer to the ground for that stretch around the left sciatic hip area. Feels so good. Looking away from the knee creates the neck stretch. Good. We come back to center. We bring both legs up to the ceiling. Flex your feet. And again, we have that beautiful stretch in the saddle stretch, allowing the legs to go out to the side. Use your hands, this time on the inner thigh, and press down. And I always like to flex the feet in this pose or even rotate the ankles because, again, my ankles are sensitive, so I like the extra rotations here. And then come back to center. Use your hands to help draw the legs together. Take a bend to the knees. And before we hit our last and final pose, we have a shoulder stretch in our bridge pose. Bridge pose, we have our hands down by our hips, lift the heart, shoulders back. As you create a slight arch in the back, you're going to take your breath and press the belly out. Feel the tilt in the pelvic floor. Then exhale, tilt the pelvic floor under, pull the belly button in, and lift your hips up off the ground. Do your best to keep your chin in line with your spine so that you don't have any compression on your neck. Good. Remember, you have options with your hands. You can keep them down by your sides, but remember to keep your hands flat to the mat. Or you can rock your shoulders under your mat, creating more of an open space across the front and the heart chakra. Again, press the hands down. So if you find your hands curling up, it might be a little too much or too aggressive on the shoulders, then you can release the hands back. Okay. So let's take one more deep breath and lift those heels up. Lift your hips up and exhale. Bring those heels down and vertebrae by vertebrae, drop your hips to the mat. Let's give ourselves a nice hug, bringing the knees in towards the heart. And before you go ahead and call that Shavasana, maybe massage the back here and circle the knees around. Circle the knees the opposite direction and draw the legs down the mat to the corners. Allow your hands to be either facing up, down by your sides, or off to the side. You can also place them one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly for your Shavasana. And as I talk you through your Shavasana, this too can be a challenge for people. A challenge for people to sit still, to be still, and let yourself be so calm and connected that you actually drift off into this lovely place of relaxation. So I hope it works for you. Everyone close your eyes. And remember to stare at your mind's eye. Let your legs be heavy. Let your toes splay to the corner. Allow your hips slightly tucked under, creating an open space for your root chakra. Following that energy up through the heart, rolling the shoulders back, creating an open space for the heart chakra. Connecting through the solar plexus, connecting through the sacrum to the root. And then bring your awareness to your jaw, your beautiful face. Relax the tension around the mouth. If you're clenching your teeth, relax the jaw. Let your tongue melt towards the back of the throat. Then focus your eyes, the energy around the eyes. Release the tension in between the eyes and stare right there in your mind's eye. Good. In my class, I like to Om. Not everyone likes to Om. If you want to, you can. Please join me on the second and third one. Otherwise, use it simply for breathing techniques to relax and calm the body. So again, inhale through the nose, everyone. And exhale. Again, inhale. And feel free to exhale or Om with the exhale. Om.
your awareness to the sound of the beautiful Tibetan healing bowl. Allow the energy, the vibration, the sounds, connect with the body. Allow the sounds to release energy that no longer serves us. We are creating space for more love, joy, peace, compassion, starting with yourself. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of peace. And as you lay in Shavasana, drifting off into that loving space, know that you are guided, you are protected. You are here for a greater purpose. Continue to live all that is to your highest and greatest good. As your body remains still, one with Mother Nature. Allow your spirit to feel light, to feel free. This is the time where you get to visualize all of your blessings. Visualize your future blessings. Manifest it. See it in your mind's eye. Ask yourself, what makes you happy? What makes me happy? And as your spirit feels that happiness, ask yourself, how may I serve? How may I serve? Having that purpose creates joy, creates balance. And slowly bring yourself back to the physical body on the third gong. Find your energy. Find your spirit. And come back home to the physical body. And take a moment to bring your awareness to your surroundings. Maybe open your eyes. Stretch the body. And give yourself another hug, wrapping the arms around each other or the legs. Roll over onto your right side, or you can rock yourself up into your favorite seated position. So we may close our practice together. And welcome back. Hi. Let's take our hands to heart center. And bow our heads one last time, creating that beautiful mantra for yourself. Set the beautiful intentions for the rest of your day, for the rest of your week, for the rest of your evening. Because again, you are worthy of this love. Bring your hands down to the floor as we fold forward. We always want to thank Mother Earth as well and all of Earth's creatures, sending love and compassion. For we are blessed to walk this earth plane with them. And hands to heart center. I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to be your instructor today, teaching you this Vinyasa Flow. I hope you had a wonderful time. My name is Marizol, and hope to see you online again. Namaste.